out the prints. Hello and welcome back to another studio vlog. For the past week and a half, my main focus has been trying to figure out a new setup with the grid cubes that I bought recently. It's going to have to be a totally different setup for what I've been using in the past. So I've been vending in person for about 2 years now, and I've been using large black grid cubes, and I just bought some smaller grid cubes, white ones that are 11.8 inches. So there's a lot more things I can do with that setup. So the main focus was trying to figure out how I was going to put all the grid cubes together. Okay, I can't really say how I was going to put it together because honestly, my husband's the one who figures the grid cube configuration out for me. I have no skill when it comes to that. I get kind of frustrated with that because I am a very visual person. I know a lot of artists, a lot of vendors, they draw out their setup and then they figure out where to put things. It doesn't work like that for me. I have to have a visual representation of it like right in front of me so I can figure it out. My brain doesn't brain good enough for that, right? So yeah, maybe I'm the only one who's like that. But my husband figured out the setup, and from there I tried to figure out where things were going to go. One of the first things that was easier to figure out was my prints. I always feel like my prints are never gonna do good, so that's why I have never really prioritized them. One thing that my husband and I decided to change was that we were going to use magnets, like magnets everywhere, to hold up the prints, to hold up the merch and everything. We were using clips that were kind of like the command hooks in the command strips, which are reusable, but I have seen a lot of other vendors and artists use magnets, and I decided, you know what, we should try it, especially because I do have the magnets that I use for magnetic bookmarks that are pretty strong. They're small, they're not that big, but still really strong. And I thought those would be perfect to hold up the prints, and they were chef's kiss. The thing I love the most about these magnets is that once you have both sides, the front and back, clipped together, by just moving the front magnet, the back one will follow it. It is so easy to adjust. I cannot believe it. Like, why didn't I think of this before? Like, I've had these magnets for forever and just finally thought about using them, and I was like, why? Like, the setup for this was so easy. Y'all might have seen the crafting hair bow vlog I did 2-ish vlogs ago. Those are bigger items compared to what I usually sell. So I ended up buying these magnetic hooks off of Amazon, and my husband had an amazing idea. Like, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, we need to get these magnetic hooks and also get another set of some type of magnet to put on the other side so that the hook has something to stabilize itself and actually stay on the grid cube, right? My husband thought about the little circles that you can peel the back of and put on the back of your phone, and that was the most amazing idea ever. This is what I was planning to do with the bows, but then I do end up changing it. You'll see that later on in the vlog. This time around, I am not gonna have as much stationery items. I usually have my standard size sticker sheets. Those are all now a part of my mystery stationery little envelopes, so I don't have any of those sticker sheets anymore. When I was setting up the acrylic keychains, I was really concerned with how they looked on the hooks. They were just hanging too far from the grid. So because there's not something right behind the acrylic keychains, they were moving around too much, and that really annoyed me. Again, my husband is the genius when it comes to like solving my problems, because I was starting to second guess these magnetic hooks. However, I will talk more about that when I tell y'all about the setup later on in the vlog. In the last studio vlog, I talked about hole punching the backing cards for the hair bows, which is exactly what I ended up doing, and they fit perfectly inside the hooks. And instead of putting them all up, I put enough up so that people could see various different types of bows that I made. And then in the end, I also just had a little clear box with the other designs in them. I would have loved more to have the bows where the acrylic keychains are, but it just makes more sense for the bows to be on the side because the acrylic keychains are smaller. So it's just easier to look at them like straight on instead of looking at them on the side, I feel. And the bows are pretty big enough that you could just take a quick glance at them. Another main focus for the past week and a half was to finish the autumn art at last. And I'm not gonna lie, it took forever to finish. In total, according to Procreate, 26 hours. But I'm glad that it's finally done. Like 2 years later, I'm so happy to finally push through my art block and get it done. And it was just so nice to finish a piece of artwork again. The funny thing about the prints, at the start of the vlog, you saw that I put some of my other prints up and I had a space left for another print. I was like, I don't have another print. And for some reason, I just totally forgot about the artwork that I was currently working on, and that filled up the space perfectly fine. As of right now, I'm only offering 2 different sizes when it comes to prints. 5x7 and 8.5x11, so a full page. And it's not going to be all the artwork that's going to have an 8.5x11, only a few. So for example, my Star Witch and Mooncat print, my Cozy Autumn print that I just finished, and the other print I did a while ago with little fireflies and little magic around them. Those are the only 3 prints that are going to be 8.5x11. And for now, the bigger prints are only going to be offered in person. So my husband and I have been working on the booth for the past week and a half-ish, and this is what we have so far. So at the bottom here, we still have the discount stuff. I have a lot of prints that I decided that I'm going to make $1. So it's going to go with the discounted stickers. And for this print, I'm going to eventually reprint it on the other photo paper that I have. Buttons are still in the same spot. My stationery setup here is not as full anymore because I used to have my standard size sticker sheets in the bag, but now they're all in here in these mystery bags. I have the cups that I made for the mini Quebec City Comic Con here on the side, because also on the side I used to have more stationery and I don't have as much anymore again. So yeah, the cups have a good place right there. Have my die cut stickers here. I am missing 4, so I will most likely make 2 to 4 new die cut stickers before next weekend, because next weekend is the Cosplay Imaginary event. This section here is new, so it has my mini sticker sheets, my 2 bookmarks. This is my sticky notes and my handmade memo pads. I decided to put them here. These are going to be $4. I probably won't make these 2 memo pads ever again. Like, this is it. And I also decided to take out the Christmas tags. Now I know it's still a little early for Christmas, but they fill up the space, and you know, it's never too early to get Christmas tags. And then I have some old stationery that I don't sell in the shop anymore. Up here we have the prints. I'm almost done with my autumn print, so it's gonna go here. And I have a few 8.5x11 prints that I probably put on the side here. And this square right here is probably gonna have the price tag for this stuff. And the prints, for the prints, I'm using these magnets here that I use for magnetic bookmarks, and they are perfect. Like, they're holding everything really well. I love this much more than what I was using before. I used to put sticky tack on the back of them and put them up, but using the magnets have been life changing. On the side here we have some needle punched wall hangings and a black bunny keychain that I made a while back, and they are holding up really well on those magnetic hooks that we got. As you can see here, the hook is turned upside down, and the reason for that is because when it's turned the other way, the item goes too far from the grid cube and it just kind of starts hanging and moving a lot, and it was really bad for the keychains. So all my husband did was turn the hook over, and it forces the stuff to go back more, and it just chills out a lot better. These are little circles that you put on the back of your phone case. You can put it on a magnetic phone holder if you have it for your car. They are perfect. Like, they're flat, they don't take up a lot of space, and it's amazing. Like, I can't believe this. Over here I have my acrylic coasters, and then this button is gonna go here eventually. Then we have the keychains here and here. As you can see, all the hooks are turned upside down, and then on the side here we have all the bows that I made, and then we just have some of them in the box here. I really like how they look here with the hooks. It's like, it's perfect. I love it. And then these two are probably gonna have the price tags. I'm probably gonna move the needle punch stuff up here so that it's actually with all the other stuff that's similar to it, because I wanted like stationary stuff here, and then the other side with like accessories, so it's like categorized. And I'm just really happy that my logo is up on the top. I have been wanting to put my logo up there, but there wasn't space, and with our setup and the grid cube that we have, it just wasn't working. So that's how it is. It might change it a little bit. The last thing that needed to be done was to make die cut stickers featuring the cozy autumn designs that I had just finished. It has been a really long time since I made a die cut sticker set. These die cut stickers ended up being smaller than what I usually do. However, this one has more stickers in it compared to other die cut stickers that I usually make. When I make a die cut sticker set, I think I usually stick to around 6 to 8 designs. So that means there's more space. I can make them a little bigger. But the Cozy Autumn die cut sticker set has 12 designs in it. So everything had to be a little bit smaller. Honestly, I'm just happy overall to be doing everything that I was already doing before. It felt like I've taken such a long break from it, but it's all finally done and I can move forward. Next week, I will be working on signage for the table display. Fun, but it has to be done. That'll be it for this vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!